What's up, everybody? It's your favorite pizza delivery boy's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the SH Figuarts Donatello and Leonardo. They have pretty much identical articulation. It's just a few things that are interchangeable, you know, as we all suspected. So we're going to look through the accessories of both, we're going to do the articulation of one, and then we'll wrap it up with some size comparisons and final thoughts. So let's get started. Accessory-wise, of course he comes with the bow staff, and we'll just get this negative right out of the way because it might be the only negative I have. They didn't paint the wrap. Like, they sculpted it, and the sculpt is beautiful, but they didn't paint it, which I just find strange. Like, it was painted in the cartoon. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, not painted, but, you know, it was a different color, rather. And they sculpted it here. They just didn't paint it. I'm really bummed by that. A little sprue mark here, too, but that's not the biggest deal here either. But, in addition, he comes with a slice of pizza, which is making me drool because I'm starving at the moment. And, you know, it's not like he can hold it proper, but you can kind of sit it and balance it, rather. You get the gist. Or Jisk, if he's watching. And then you have, so let's talk about those. So you have two posing hands, and then you have two open hand holding hands, and then you have two closed fist hands, two peg hands to hold the bow staff, and that's that for hands. So two posing, two fists open, two fists closed, and two pegged hands. He comes with an alternate belt that you can take his bow staff and slide it through to store on his back, like that. And in order to get it off, you just, so to speak, it has a little piece there that you can get your fingernail underneath. You take this off, you plug the other one in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no problems. And then he comes with this head here. It's like a smiley head. And then he has the serious head, which I think I'm going to put on. And I'll show you how to do that. No problems. You just undo the ball peg there. Double ball peg. That's a good way to see it. So peg into the head, peg into the neck. And then the neck itself is on a ball peg as well. So that's 3 points of articulation there, which is pretty brilliant. And then that goes down in there. Lastly, you just unpeg the bit of his mask and peg this in. Now this is a square peg and a square holes, but so it doesn't swivel or anything. But that's not a big deal for me, just pointing it out. The figure itself, it's pretty good. Spoilers. So we talked about the head. As a result, you get all this articulation. Good to go. The arms, the shoulder joint is a ball peg into this piece here, which is like a little cradle that gets you an up and down motion that's pretty seamless, and you can get the arm all the way up to there. And then plus it swivels around. No problem. It's a little tight, but it works no problem. It also has an old school butterfly joint. So that's awesome. So you can get the arm well across the chest. That works well. Bicep swivel. Relatively seamless. Double jointed elbow. This is a floating piece that sits on top. It hides the joint and does its its design cue as well. So that works well. The wrist piece is like, it's not floating, it's like it's held with tension, but it will come undone if you like mess with the hands, you know, while you're taking them off. And they are on typical SH Figuarts joints, so ball peg, ball hinge. So you get the swivel at the wrist at both ends, and you get the hinge up and down, or if you can keep tension on it and rotate it in and out, so to speak. So no problems there. Same on the other side. For the torso joint, there's a ball peg, but it's really, it's not that it's, for all things considered, it's pretty good. It's slightly hindered, you know, because of the shell design, but that's hard to get out. But you get, I'm moving the whole thing. You get a little bit back and forth, right? And then you get the slightest bit of a swivel as well. It's slight, but it works pretty well for what it is. The shell also is on a swivel. so you can get that slightly out of your way to pose it. So that all works well. The paint inside the shell is done beautifully. No problems there. The silver plate on the belt is done beautifully, and the sculpt is all great. For the hips, we have T-jointed ball joints. They get you out to there. There's a floating piece of plastic to cover the joint on both sides. Beautifully done. So you get out to there. The front obviously works on a curvature. This is a softer piece, this here. So it won't get in the way too much of articulation, but just the design is going to do it somewhat. But they do rotate all the way front and all the way back, or at least to there, and they are on drop-down pegs, so you should be able to get them for whatever pose you may want dynamically. Double jointed knee, get you back to there, and the sculpt and band hide it really beautifully. Lower part of the leg, this piece here is die cast, as are the feet, I believe. Maybe not this piece, I can't tell, but a lot of die cast down in here. Then you get a floating piece at the ankle to hide the ball peg. The ball peg drops into the foot to get you the tilt up to there, back to there, and then the rocker is built in, so that should work just fine. Little limited, but I mean, you get it, but it's not the widest range. And then a toe hinge that looks beautiful. Also, a thigh swivel is built in to the hips, so that works well. The paint is limited because it doesn't need a whole lot of paint, but where it's applied beautifully on the shell, mask, eyes, etc., and it looks great. Really well done figure. Leonardo come with one sewer cover, manhole cover. It comes with two of these swords, his katana swords. Slight curvature there, silver finish, brown paint, looks good. His extra belt piece should hold it. Now, this is one thing. I wish there was a bit more tension here where you could have it up a little higher if need be. Otherwise, it just sort of drops down low. As a result, I probably, even though I'm only going to have him hold one, I don't know, maybe I can deal with that. It's not the best, but maybe I can deal with that. And then head-wise, he comes with the straight face, leader face, and more of an angry leader face. And I think I'm going to go with a straight face. And I'll show you how to switch the hands out just because I'm going to do it for him. So there's the ball peg on the hinge, and just plug that one in, and he comes with the same hand options as Donatello. So smart reusing of pieces where it's functional. A little bit of individuality wouldn't have killed him, but it's still it's not a bad gig. So that's him. And articulation is pretty much the same. The joint tolerance and such are the same as well. And I don't really have much else to say. Size comparison wise, there they are with the NECA comic book versions, the NECA Turtles in Time version, and the third party Krang. So I think all in all, pretty good size to work with Krang. Originally, I was just going to have the 4 comic book turtles, and that was going to be the end of it. And then the video game ones came, and then now I got the SH Figuarts, and I'm thinking about getting those NECA 1/4 scale ones. I think something is happening that I don't want to admit.
So we're collecting turtles now?
No. Just a few pieces. Here and there. I might be collecting turtles. Look, here's my negatives. It's going to be real quick. I wish the ankle rockers had a little bit more range. I wish that Donatello's bow was painted in the middle, the bandages, and I wish there was more tension on Leonardo's sword where it fit into his sheath. And that is it. I guess if I really wanted to nitpick, I would say I wish that the ends of the mask in the back could swivel to illustrate wind or whatever, but that's really nitpicky. They're phenomenal. The materials are great. The paint is great. The articulation is great. They're heavy. They have mass. They have a presence. It's really the cartoon bleeding through. I hope that they don't stop this line. I hope that we see, like, I need a Bebop and a Rocksteady. I need all. Just give it to me. If they're as good as these two are, give it to me. This is some of the best SH Figuarts figures I have ever messed with. Hands down, some of the best. They do what they are supposed to do almost perfectly. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.